RHOBH's Annemarie Wiley is headed for tumor surgery. Starring in episodes of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills isn't the only thing on Annemarie Wiley's mind right now. Her health is also taking up a lot of her focus these days. That's because she revealed that she's headed for surgery soon enough. Doctors discovered a tumor in her body, and she's taking the necessary steps to keep herself healthy. These are the details, including everything she's openly shared so far on social media. Annemarie Wiley has opened up about her surgery. Annemarie isn't keeping her fans and followers in the dark about the health issues she's facing. In an Instagram video, the reality TV star revealed that doctors will be removing a tumor from her gallbladder and gallstones. Annemarie explained, "The gallbladder will be coming out very soon. The surgeons were very concerned about there being tumors on my liver, so we had an MRI last week, and the MRI did not show any visible tumors or anything anywhere else." She filmed the video while walking on her treadmill and went on to note that she's feeling super optimistic. According to her, so are her surgeons. Her lengthy Instagram caption is filled with high vibrational energy, directed toward all the people who've been supporting her along the way. She wrote, "So what does Annemarie's future on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills look like at this point? It turns out that she wasn't invited back for season 14 of the hit reality TV show. That was announced way before this health update. She only appeared in one season of the show, and it's unclear why she hasn't been invited to return." In a now-deleted Instagram post she shared in March via Deadline, Annemarie wrote, "Based on Annemarie's current health situation, it's arguably a good thing she doesn't also have to juggle the stresses of filming reality TV show. The schedule that comes along with filming reality TV shows tends to be tough. You must be available to film loads of scenes at different times throughout each week." Annemarie Wiley had spent years in the operating room as a nurse anesthetist, watching surgeons perform intricate, life-saving procedures with skill and precision. But today, she wasn't in the OR as part of the medical team. Today, she was the patient. A tumor. The word alone had a way of knocking the breath out of her, even with all of her clinical knowledge and medical training. It had started as a whisper in the back of her mind, a persistent headache here, an odd sensation there. At first, she had written it off as stress. Between raising her kids, maintaining a marriage, and navigating the treacherous social dynamics of Asterisk, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Asterisk, who wouldn't be overwhelmed. But when the symptoms became too obvious to ignore, she had sought answers. The MRI had provided one, a tumor, and now surgery. Annemarie sat in her bedroom, staring at her reflection in the mirror. She had always been the strong one, the one who could hold her own in any argument, stand her ground in any situation. That was why she had clashed so fiercely with Sutton Stracke and Garcelle Beauvais. She wasn't one to back down. But strength in a reality TV argument and strength in the face of a life-altering surgery were two very different things. As she pulled her hair back into a sleek ponytail, the door creaked open and her husband, Marcellus, stepped inside. His towering presence had always been a source of comfort, but she saw the worry etched into his features. "You okay?" he asked, leaning against the doorframe. She nodded, offering a small smile. "As okay as I can be." He crossed the room in 2 strides, taking her hands in his. "You're going to come out of this stronger, Annemarie. You always do." She wanted to believe that, but the uncertainty gnawed at her. Asterisk, what if something goes wrong? What if I wake up a different person? What if I don't wake up at all? Asterisk. She forced those thoughts away and squeezed his hands. "I know," she whispered, willing herself to believe it. The next morning, as she arrived at Cedars Sinai, she was met with a text from Kyle Richards. Asterisk thinking of you today. You've got this. Girl asterisk. A flood of other messages followed. Dorit, Erica, Crystal. Even Sutton had sent a simple asterisk wishing you a successful surgery asterisk. She appreciated the sentiments, even if she knew some of them were just for optics. After all, reality TV friendships were fickle. But in this moment, as she changed into her hospital gown and prepared to be wheeled into the operating room, none of that mattered. The bright lights above her blurred as the anesthesia took hold. For the first time in a long time, Annemarie Wiley surrendered control. And as she drifted into unconsciousness, she held on to one thought. She would fight her way back, just like she always had. Annemarie Wiley sat on the pristine white couch of her Beverly Hills home, the afternoon sunlight streaming through the massive windows. The air was still, heavy with unspoken thoughts, as she scrolled through messages on her phone. It had been a whirlwind few months, navigating the drama with the other women, standing her ground in heated arguments, and attempting to establish herself as a formidable presence among the RHOBH elite. But all of that had been overshadowed by the news she had received just days ago. A tumor, surgery looming on the horizon, and the sobering reality that no matter how many designer handbags lined her closet, nothing could shield her from this moment. Across town, Kyle Richards tapped her manicured fingers against her kitchen island, nervously sipping her matcha latte. She had just gotten off the phone with Dorit, who had filled her in on Annemarie's health scare. I had no idea, Kyle murmured, shaking her head. We were just at Sutton's event, arguing over nonsense. And now, this. Mauricio walked by, raising an eyebrow at the serious expression on his wife's face. Something wrong? He asked. Kyle exhaled, debating whether to let him into the emotional storm brewing inside her. Meanwhile, Barcel Beauvais sat in her chic office, her thoughts interrupted by the same news. She had been cautious around Annemarie since she joined the group, but something about this situation stirred something deeper within her. I should call her, she said aloud. Not to discuss drama, not to rehash past conflicts, but to genuinely check in. These were the moments that stripped away the superficiality of Beverly Hills. Moments that reminded them all that behind the glamorous facades, they were just women navigating life's unpredictable turns. Sutton Strack, always the Southern belle, wasted no time in taking action. She had her assistant send over a custom care package filled with silk pajamas, calming lavender candles, and a handwritten note. Dear Annemarie, it read, in the grand scheme of things, fights over friendships and petty squabbles don't matter. Your health does. Wishing you strength and love. Sutton. Erica Jane, on the other hand, had a different approach. She sat at a dimly lit bar, stirring her martini, her mind racing. She wasn't one for grand gestures, but she had been through enough public struggles to know that sometimes you just needed to hear that someone had your back. She picked up her phone and texted Annemarie. Hey girl, no BS, just here if you need anything. Call me. At home, Annemarie read the messages flooding her inbox, her eyes misting over. She had spent so much time trying to prove herself on this show, so much energy put into making a name for herself in this circle of powerful, outspoken women. But now, all of that felt secondary. The only thing that mattered was getting through this surgery, getting back to her family, and hoping for the best outcome. Her husband, former NFL player Marcellus Wiley, walked into the room, concern etched into his features. You okay? He asked softly, sitting beside her. She nodded, swallowing the lump in her throat. I just didn't expect all of this. He took her hand. You're strong, Annemarie. You're gonna come out of this even stronger. And I'll be right there with you. The news of Annemarie's surgery sent ripples through the RHOBH social circle. The women, despite their differences, found themselves reflecting on what truly mattered. The next time they'd gather, whether it was a dinner party, a cast trip, or another dramatic confrontation, there would be an unspoken understanding in the air. Life was unpredictable. Health was fragile. And sometimes, even in the glitzy world of Beverly Hills, real friendships could shine through the cracks of manufactured drama. As Annemarie prepared for the next chapter in her journey, she realized that strength wasn't just about holding her own in a screaming match at a dinner party. Strength was facing the unknown, and she was ready.